Sir, your credit card has been declined. Oh, no.
Sir, your loan application has been denied.
But, I don't understand.
Huh?
How did they get all of my info?
Greetings, you polite savages. You know, we gotta come to grips that this economy is gigajacked. And there's folks out there whose entire job is to sell, buy, and steal your information and trade it on the web like a busted bootleg stock market. It's a big game, it's a big club, and you ain't in it.
It's a big club, and you ain't in it.
And a few years ago, I was in the Philippines on a business trip. And on the last day, 2 hours before our closing dinner, I found out that my bank account was totally wiped out. I had to make emergency calls home, get Western Union wired to me so I can actually complete the transaction. And if it could happen to me, it could definitely happen to you. And that's why we partnered with Aura, the sponsor of this stream. You see, Aura searches the web for your information, actively scrubs it, sends you alerts when you've been exposed, and offers a host of different electronic devices to help you control your finances. Use the link pinned in the description for a 2-week trial. And that's long enough for you to try the service and find out exactly what they have to offer you. We don't endorse many products here at the THPPP Network. We are selective indeed, but trust me, it's better to have this and stop these issues before it starts than to be stranded out there trying to figure it out in real time. Sometimes you just don't want to handle the tip, you dig?
Polite savages.
At this time, we ask that you turn off your portable electronic devices. You are now free to move. Flight crew, prepare for landing. Flight crew, prepare for landing. Flight crew, prepare for landing. At this time, we ask that you turn off your portable electronic devices. You are now free to move. Flight crew, prepare for landing.
Gorilla on the beat.
locked up, and he always did his chest. His chest was huge. He always made his chest flex. Big Brown is out here. And he saw me for the first time. The first time he saw me, he looked at me and said, "Look at the little one." I said, "Man, who you call the little one? You little nigga, I eat your little ass. Big Brown." It's a big. They take him to the infirmary. He come back and he see me again. "Little one, where you stay at in this little prison?" I say, "I stay on M block." "You stay over there with little bitty Win?" I said, "Little bitty Win?" "Yeah, you tell little bitty Win that Brown said when I get out this mother, it's on." Mother duck back over there. "Y'all come take these bracelets off Big Brown." I want to describe Brown. Brown is about 6'8", and he about 315, 320, 330. Easy. That's just his chest. That nigga big, man. This nigga big, man. Win, little bitty Win, is about 6'7". He look like Lou Ferrigno. Brown is big and black, bald-headed from Mississippi. Win, light-skinned. He black and Italian, got straight hair. He's huge. He's huge. He's a big-ass dude. And we came and I say, "Little bitty Win." And he said, "You been talking to Brown?" I said, man, I'm just saying what the man said. He said, "Call you Little bitty Win." Little bitty Win. Brown said, when he get out, it's motherfucking on. Win said, "What that motherfucker said?" Oh, don't nothing get Win excited like Brown. Damn it, Brown. Brown. I say, "Brown, get your crook like that." Brown. As soon as he get out of here, it's get on. I'm looking at Win like, "Win, this is a big man. Win, I don't know what this shit is about, but it's he." Brown big. Brown is scheduled to get out. I saw it on the call. I said, "Oh shit, Brown get out of here?" I said, "Damn." The CO said, "Yeah, it's gonna be crazy when he get out too." Brown, he knock on the door. Boom, 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 boom. "Little one, I know you're out there. Hit that damn broom." I said, "What's up, Brown?" "What did little bitty Win say?" I said, "Brown, he started doing push-ups and said, when you get out, this motherfucker on." And he said, "Brown." That's what he said. He said, "Damn, little bitty Win. Little one, I'm gonna tell you something today, man. Man, my mama died today." I said, "Damn, Brown, your mama died?" "Yeah, man. They ain't gonna let old Brown go see his mama go in the ground either. I'm hurt, little one."
What is going on out there? How are you doing? First of all, for all the folks affected by the storm, I hope that you are safe. I hope that everybody in your family is safe. So there's a lot going on, so we're just going to have to go right into it. We're going to have to talk about it. We're going to give an opinion about it. Then I'm going to be done with it. Because I swore I was not talking about this situation anymore. I thought I was done last week, but here's definite. There's time for us to re-examine how we are presenting ourselves to the world. Now listen, a lot of people ain't gonna like what I have to say. A lot of people are gonna be on one team, they're gonna be on another team. But it's time for us to get on our team. Everything that has affected the community in the last 30 years have been picking a damn side. So all types of stupid politics. And we ain't never picked our side. We don't like this person for this reason or that reason. You don't believe me? We got people in the chat who pro Anton, people in the chat who can't stand Anton. So I just want to really I want everybody to think about one thing. I want you to think about how bad and the image of people who look like me has suffered in the last 50 years in this country. You come across me and people think that I'm a bum. I've never done it in my life. I barely know how to speak English. I mean, we got our own women saying that we're illiterate. We got our own women going to KKK websites and saying, hey, we just need y'all to deal with them by force. We even have women of other communities talking about just reducing the male community in general by 90%. We're in crisis. But what we have to do, whether you like it or not, is we have to start addressing things and holding ourselves accountable. No, this is not about me getting on a lady's tail. Oh, I got all up in Cardi B's tail last week. Put my foot deep in it. Oh, you loved it. It's time for us to look at ourselves. I had to look at myself before. I am sorely disappointed to see 2 millionaires and what it degraded to. Bullshit. I don't care who started it. Because from a distance, when two fools are arguing, you can't tell who the fool is. You think everybody's a damn fool. Everybody's at fault. So I'm going to address a couple of things because a couple of people asked me this, and I'm going to get it out the way, and I'm going to go on with my program. I want to say full-throated that I never agree with putting any type of kids in the middle of anything. I don't care. I don't care if you like me. I don't care if you drop off. If you think that putting kids in it is just the way to go, no matter what, you think it's all fair, and you think that my opinion of involving kids, that's just my morality. I don't expect people, by the way, to live by my morality. I don't. I've walked around in this world for 52 years. I can tell you, barely anybody does. Anton couldn't expect Corey to live by his morality. That lady who put her finger right in Corey Holcomb's face when he stepped to her, and he mashed her, she couldn't expect Corey to live by her morality. I can't expect y'all to live by my morality. That's why I don't go with any of these damn political parties. They all BS. They don't like you. They don't like their own people. You see what happened in Minneapolis? You think they like you? You see what they do to themselves. They chitty chitty bang bang on anybody. I don't even get political, but I'm not stupid. I always said, damn, if they do that to them, what they gonna do to me? They don't like anybody who's not in their club, and you ain't in the club, baby. You ain't elite. You ain't rich. And when we start making it, the thing that stops us from getting there is the ability to click up. You know, I had a Jewish mentor before. I didn't even know he was Jewish. Honestly, I was young. What this gentleman said is that every time I make $1, my brother's going to make $1. I said, you don't have a brother. And he said, no. My brother from the synagogue, he going to make $1. Imagine how powerful we would be if we did that. I try to do it. I try to teach people how to make money all the time. I give a good return on investment. You come to me, you get a little more. I just can't invest myself into this team or that team because I'm too busy trying to get my team together. So I'm just going to approach this because somebody asked me this question and there was a little thing. Let me tell you something. And let me just be honest with you. There's 26 of you in here. Please hit the like, share it if you want to. If you don't want to share it, it's okay. What Corey Holcomb did was morally incorrect with that lady who stepped across to him. But he is not, that's my morals when I say that. He was not charged for mushing that lady because she followed him around, she instigated it, and she tried her hardest to make sure that he was going to do something to her because she was probably looking for a lick by lawsuit. It's very common in LA, by the way. I've had a woman punch me in the throat before, and I subdued her, but I didn't hit her because I know what she wanted. I know what she wanted. But I'm going to echo something that I heard. And this is not a criticism of court. It's just a reality. You got to move more careful than that, my G, because they're going to stack your past against you. Right now, there is a legal liability in California for cyberbullying for what happened when he put up Anton's daughter. He could talk bad about her all he wants. The picture is the issue. Only thing I'm saying with that is that Anton, he gonna sue. Why would he not? He's a bag chaser. Also, lets me know that if he went out there, if Corey went outside with him, if anything went down, if his security couldn't get to him, if somebody snuffed him, if they jumped, he would have sued. If he sues here, he would have sued there. That's just what I think. Sometimes you have to just let it go. I don't want to see my brother who's worked so hard, been in comedy so long, built a platform so big, somebody who I know came from nothing. I've seen the south side of Chicago. I've seen Cabrini Greens when I was a kid. Man, it wasn't nice. I don't know if anybody from Chicago out there, but man, that's a different type of rough. Those Midwestern, East Coast jungles is different, man. It's different than Cali. Cali tough too, man. Cali people launch them mini rockets at you in a heartbeat, just like everywhere else. I ain't saying nobody's soft. What I'm saying is that it's a different type of toughness. You got weather, you got disadvantages, you got Chicago's the most segregated city in the nation. You got people working against you. To come out of that, to me, has always been inspiring. I've always enjoyed his comedy. But let me tell you folks something. No man is a deity. If you are looking up to Corey Holcomb to tell you what to do with life, you're losing. If you're looking up to Anton Daniels, you're losing. Don't look up to me. Make your own path. If I'm saying something you like, please take it, use it all you want, quote it, put it in action. If you think it's BS, throw it away. It don't pertain to you. It doesn't have to pertain to you. I had to learn that a lot of things that I heard didn't pertain to me at the time. It didn't even catch up to me until I was 40 years old, 45 years old, and then it made sense to me. Some things I'm saying, it might not make sense to you. It's okay, but we got to be more professional in how we approach everyday life. And it ain't nothing soft about being professional, because you know what? The mob was the most professional outfit you could see. You never knew what they was doing. You just got. And that's how we got to move. So I'm going to address this a little longer, and then I'm going to be done. And I'm going to get into talking about other stuff. You know, if you can hear me out there, give me a 1 in the chat. Give me a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Better yet, forget that 1 in the chat. If you think I'm okay, if you vibing with, give me a 1. And if you think I'm full of it, give me a 2. It's okay. I can take the feedback. If you think I'm wrong, put a 2 in that chat. If you heard what I said and you feel like it's cool, put a 1 in the chat. Let me know. Because I relate to y'all, man. I relate to y'all. Y'all are my polite savages. I'm your polite savage. We are here together. You could have went anywhere. I don't need $1 of your time. What I want, $1 or a dime. What I want is your time, and I appreciate you, man. You spend so much building a platform. You can get 15,000 people a night, man. The only time I ever seen 15,000 people in a platform that was spitting some stuff that was not mainstream was them Fresh and Fit cats. Corey can do it. More influential than other folks, but you have to understand, it's time for us to get professional. My brother Corey, if you hear me, only thing I would say is get a producer, because a producer wouldn't have let you put that child up there. A producer would have let you know that that was against the YouTube terms and conditions. A producer would have let you know that it would have opened you to a legal liability. I don't want you to get sued. I don't want nobody to do it. But trust me, it's out there. I spoke to 2 attorneys and they was like, nah, him talking about it, no problem, G. That picture of the kid, big problem, G. It's just the way it is. California is absolutely ridiculous with the legalities, and it's litigious, and there's rules in place. And a picture of a young lady, man, you can get in trouble for putting my picture up there and telling people to come harass me in California. If you want to know one of the things, that's just what happened. So I'm not saying that dude is, I'm not telling Corey that he needs to go by anyone's morality except his. He has to deal with his morality. I got to deal with mine. Y'all got to deal with yours. And I respect all of y'all. But the problem is this. Them laws are there for a reason. Now, that's called a tort, which means that he ain't going to go to jail for nothing like that. You know, for that picture, he can be sued. I talked to a personal injury attorney, and he's like, man, trust me, whoever gets this call is going to be happy to jump at it. Now, that girl does not live in California. I don't know what the rules are in Illinois, but if she lived in California, we'd hear about it already. I just want my brother to be more careful. When I call him my brother, because I know I've been to 15 comedy shows. I met dude, I shook his hand before. I know that he is absolutely not evil, but good people do bad shit all the time. And you got to watch yourself, okay? Now I tell that to everybody. We got to approach the game. The game is different, man. The game is not right or left. You got to look what's going on. Look at what's going on in the world. I've never been a conservative or a Republican. I've never been a Democrat. I've always been an independent. The reason why I've always been an independent is for one reason. I don't trust him. My grandfather told me not to trust him. My dad was a Vietnam veteran. He told me don't trust him. I'm sorry. I just have a hard time trusting him. I don't think anybody is for us. I think we got to be for ourselves. And guess what? It's not all about the hue of your skin no more. Now it's about your money. Oh man, if you got a lot of dollars, it seems like you elite. You get away with whatever you want. But you know, you seen what they did to that nurse. He got shot in the back. He didn't have a gun. I watched that tape 15 times in slow motion. He was disarmed when they shot him. I'm not saying that they did it on purpose. I'm not saying that it was not an accident. But what I'm saying is that if that was me and you, and I was disarming you, and I shot you in the back after you was disarmed, I would be up under the jail. So folks, let's just move better. I know it's a bunch of folks who's team Anton. I know it's a bunch of folks who can't stand Anton. I ain't gonna lie, man. Anton say a bunch of shit I don't vibe with. I vibe with the stuff Corey say way more than Anton, but I do not vibe with anything with children. And I'm not talking, I just don't like to talk bad about kids. That's just my morality. But I can't expect him to do it. But I will say this. He mentioned that he needed a producer, and he does. That show is too valuable, and it has the potential to be too big. That thing that happened that's going around now, just conveniently, he gets in a beef with Anton and TMZ puts that out. Don't you know? Don't you folks understand? And hold on, I want you to understand this, and I just want you to understand this. I'll say it again like Umar, understand this. Isn't that convenient? When you get in trouble, your enemies is going to link up because they can't take you by themselves. When you get in trouble, your enemies is going to look for your weakness. They want a little crack. Is your homeboy going to say something? Who's going to be there? Who's going to let you do something you shouldn't do? Who, when you're upset and get out of your mind that you never get upset about something. Everybody gets upset. We all got emotions. Stop acting like we stoic and we walking around like robots in this motherfucker. We got to control our emotions because as men, our emotions are dangerous. But please do not act like they ain't gonna set you up. Craig is one of the smartest people in this comedy space because he said, when your enemies can't take you, your enemies become friends to try to take you. I'm paraphrasing. That's what's happening here. I'm not saying that Corey is guilty of anything because I'm not the one to arbitrate it. But what I'm saying is that, God dang, ain't it crazy that the picture of the kid and it's a legal liability and all of a sudden homegirl is up there putting 10 on 10 on TMZ for something that happened in 2024 that was dismissed out of court because she was straight up and down telling a bold-faced lie about the situation. Oh, I never touched him. Finger in the face. And let me tell you something about California. You touch me, I can smush you, period. I just can't do it again. That first blow as a self-defense instructor, you putting your hands in my face and touching me, that first blow, that's just a stop to make sure, because that fingernail can scratch your cornea and it's permanent damage. A finger in the face is nothing. I take my finger and put my finger in your face and you won't see out of your left eye. So I'm just letting you know. That's all I'm saying. We got to move better. I got to move better here. I try my hardest to be professional on my little platform. I try my hardest that when I say 8 o'clock, I hit at 8 o'clock. Ask the people who work with me, am I a stickler on time? 90% of the discussions, 90% of my meetings are be on time. Why? Know why? Because I owe it to you to be on time. Because if you're going to show up, I got to be on time. Man, I had internet connectivity issues because I guess the nation's bandwidth is going to the Midwest. And out here on the West Coast, we don't even have a storm. And like my internet, nothing was working. I called. They said, man, we're just having problems. I stayed up all night making sure I was prepared. I stayed up all night doing the next video for you guys to make sure it was out. Actually, it's for me. I enjoy it, right? I stayed up all night. I was sending good morning messages to families at 5 in the morning. Hey, good morning, good night for me. It's professionality. We have to do that. It's the final frontier. We can no longer tell people that they're going to look at us any old type of way, so it's okay for us to act any old type of way. We have to put our best foot forward. And please do not fall for this Democrat or Republican plantation bullshit. Both of them don't like you. Both of them think that you were just cannon fodder. You know how I know? Because they don't like their own damn people. They think their people are idiots. They'll sit there and yell, Second Amendment, Second Amendment, Second Amendment, Second Amendment, shoot somebody with a gun, but ain't nobody saying nothing about Second Amendment no more. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. What am I supposed to do? I can see the game. I don't believe none of them. You know who I believe? I believe y'all in the chat first. I'll believe y'all folks in the chat room first before I believe a politician smiling at me. And guess what? I've been very active in San Francisco politics before. I've shaken all of their hands. I've had conversations with all of them before. Yes, madam, I just turned black. Yes, I have. I don't trust them. And we cannot trust anybody else to take care of us except us. So you know what that means? That means that if I'm going to have an adversarial issue with somebody, I don't need to be around you. I can ignore you. Stay away from me. I'll stay away from you. A matter of fact, let me recommend a way for you to make money away from me. Let me recommend a way for you to make money away from me. You know, I love 50 Cent, but 50 Cent said, you get money, I can't get money with you. Fuck. Nah, let me tell you something. You get money, I'll find another way to get money. Fuck it. I don't need to be around. I don't need the drama. At 52 years old, I just don't need it no more. I don't need it. I got to live the rest of my life like it's gold. And I'm going to tell you folks this, and I said it all the time. Ask the Pookie and Ray Ray show. I say it in my class. Oh, they tell you this bullshit that they ain't making no more land when they built a whole ass island in Dubai. They'll tell you this bullshit because they don't want you to look for no land. They don't want you to put your resources together and make some more land for your folks. They don't want, you think they want you to get a colony and build a whole island like they did on Dubai? No, you ain't got no more time in this world. Time is short. Time is precious. Time with your family is I can't even put a price on it. Time with somebody you love, time with somebody that loves you. That's precious. Time with your children. That's precious. All this other shit is bullshit, man. You wouldn't believe how many folks I've seen getting straight up and down conflicts over some Corey Holcomb and Anton shit. You don't even know them motherfuckers, man. Listen, I like Corey Holcomb. And I think Anton actually says some valuable things. I can't rock with anybody who thinks that the lowest point of the culture represents the culture, though. So, of course, if you look at my channel, it reflects more Holcomb. But I ain't about to get no damn conflict over these folks, man. Because I know damn well they wouldn't get in conflict from me. So this is the last time on the live I'm talking about this shit. I got 250 emails saying, what are you going to address this mush? Well, let me tell you about the mush. It happened in 2024. Charges were dropped. Morally, he was wrong. Legally, he was okay. Period. But my morality has nothing to do with his morality, bruh. I don't know how he was raised. I had some advantages that half of the people I know didn't have. Because I didn't only have a dad who was there. And even when my parents separated, my dad lived 7 minutes away. My mama had him over for dinner. He picked me up. He took me hunting. He took me fishing. He whooped my ass when I got out of line. I had uncles who showed me accountability, who gave me real male attention. Real male attention is, hey, boy, I told you not to do that. Don't do it again. Oh, you did it again? All right, here you go. 2 1-pound weights, hold them like this for 45 minutes. Don't drop it. I have military family. That's why my shoulder's big right now. You tough? Well, tomorrow we hauling hay in that 100-degree weather. Come on and join us, tough guy. Now you keep your mouth shut and do what your grandmama say inside that house, won't you? Yes, sir. See, that's the attention. So I had things other people didn't have. So I can't say that I had it right or had it wrong. I just had it. All right, we're going to get into this, Polite Savages. Thank you for your time. Come on, let's do a roll call. Let's do a roll call. And hey, let's move on and let's get the image together and let's have some fun tonight. We're going to have it's going to be a little message heavy, but this is the last heavy one I'm going to have for a while. But right now, I want to see where y'all at. Let's go. Hey, I am in the San Francisco Bay Area. And I want to know where y'all from out there. Is it snowing where you're from? Are you okay? You got some power. Man, y'all watching me on the generator? What's up? Where you from out there? Let's get that roll call going. Philando Castillo. Yes, sir. Where you at? Where you at? Let me call it out. I know I got somebody from the Midwest. North Cackalack, ice in here. Oh, I know it's cold out there. Capitol Heights, Maryland. You got a foot of snow, man. I cannot drive in no snow. Memphis, Tennessee. Boy, where's my folks at Memphis out? Columbus, Ohio, Pukia Ray Ray, Decatur, Illinois. I know it's cold. Man, all y'all people in that snow and that weather, please stay safe out there. St. Louis, man, it's snowing all over the damn country. Brooklyn, New York in the house. Hey, Vegas. What's up, Sarah from Vegas? Hey, Tony Q. Hey, Gen X in the house. St. Louis. In a cave in Yellowstone Park. Dallas, Fort Worth. Hey, what's up, my Dallas folks? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Hey. Iowa. Who is in Iowa? D-Town. Texas checking in. Hey, Dallas. Brooklyn. New Orleans. Alaska. Man, Alaska. Can I please tell a story about Alaska? I was a manager. Monterey Bay. Hey, what's up with the Monterey Bay folks? Cali Love, North Cackalack. Hey. So, Alaska. I went to Alaska to work. I went to Anchorage. See, we were opening up a Bear Bath and Beyond. Well, I guess I'm giving away a story. We're opening up a Bed Bath and Beyond. And, the what was it? The regional manager was like, I need you to go up there, Grover. I want you to do some training with people. Just train them in soil. It'd be cool. We'll send you up there. We'll put you in a nice cabin. This and that. I'm like, cool. I want to go to Alaska. Alaska's beautiful, man. You know, Alaska got big ass moose or buffalo or something walking down the damn street. At the time, I smoked cigarettes. I step out of a 7-Eleven, I light a cigarette. I look, I'm face to face with an animal that's the size of a damn sidewalk and wide. And I step back in the 7-Eleven. I ain't never seen it before, and I'm shaking. dude at 7-Eleven, Indian dude. This Indian people run 7-Elevens in Alaska, by the way. They run 7-Elevens everywhere. He's like, what are you doing? Get out of here. And I said, it's a damn monster outside. He said, where are you from? I said, where they ain't got that shit. Alaska, it was -3 and people was jogging. I respect y'all, but I ain't never gonna live there. Anyway, let's get into the content. I just want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. You could have been anywhere, but you're here with me. So I promise you, we got something insightful for you. I told you we're going to do a Kevin Samuels thing because I think that it's very appropriate right now. Kevin Samuels has been gone for years. There's still hate groups about him. There's still people who can't stand him. Every time I cover Kevin Samuels, somebody comes in my chat or somebody comes in my comments and say, when are you going to escape the curse of Kevin Samuels? I liked you until I found out you liked him. Well, don't like me no more, because let me tell you something. I didn't think he said it all right, but he was all right with me. Kevin Samuels was cool. And one of the things I appreciated was that he cared about the image. Because he understood from being in corporate, as I did, that your image is the first thing they see. So let's get into it.
And my question is to you ladies, when are you going to take your image back from women that talk like her? You want the image, our ethnic image to be better? Black men had to fight and are continuing to fight to wrestle our image back to have one of respect, power, and confidence. When are you ladies going to fight to take your image back from that? Unless you want to be associated with bonnets and slippers in the damn airport. Monique came out and tried to be as nice as possible, and you had the bonnet brigade make videos about their right to wear bonnets. And then they went and got a bunch of gay guys to stand next to them on a damn coalition. When are y'all gonna fight to say, I'm tired of this, just like you want black men to be tired of that? You want to stop being called bitches and hoes and stop letting women like that run your reputation, your ethnic image down, calling your black men niggas. Those are your brothers they're talking about. Those are your sons. So don't talk to me about racism, white supremacy, and all this other kind of stuff when we get lynched every day by women who speak like that. We don't have to worry about institutionalized racism, white supremacy. Women like that do the job just fine.
Yeah. So hold on. I got a big dog in the house. I got somebody who actually taught me a lot about the content game. Somebody who I was in his mastermind. Somebody who dropped by and just blessed me in his mastermind just for no reason. Just came up and showed up and gave some game. He blessed me in mine. So I was in his mastermind. He came to my pro club and blessed me, and I'm so grateful. And, Lead, I ain't got a lot for you, but I appreciate your vision, pimp.
I respect your ambition, Willie, but you got to have vision.
Yeah, lead attorney in the house. Thank you so much, sir. And by the way, next time you research something, I stay up all night researching, I'm going to get you, man. So Kevin Samuels was concerned about the image. Why was he concerned about the image? Because the image is what has us, can put our best foot forward. Because when I would go to hire somebody, even at the entry level, the first thing I would do is I would see them. And so I just want you folks to understand that we can, for all of us, men and women, he was talking about the ladies here in the bonnets in the airport, which to me is one of the craziest things I ever see. I still see it. I don't understand why y'all do it. Because when I get on a business class flight, when I'm flying somewhere, I dress appropriately because I'm flying somewhere. I don't wear pajamas. Okay, if I wear sweats, if it's like 20 hours, but I look like I'm going somewhere. I definitely don't wear pajamas. I definitely don't wear house shoes. But we need to put our best foot forward. Know why we need to put our best foot forward? Because a lot of times you have to control what you can control and manage the rest. I can control how I look. I can control how I speak. I have to manage this evil world that may not like me. And I can never use that as an excuse. That excuse is gone. It left in the 70s because now the world is kicking their ass too. And when you get your ass kicked, it's hard for you to look to your left or look to your right. Because if you look to your left and look to your right and they're getting their ass kicked just like you, it's hard to tell who's getting their ass kicked the worse. It's just the truth. They just don't know. They don't know and they don't understand. Hey, Ominous Solidity. Man, that name is tough. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat with the late fee. Well, I'm going to tell you just like this. $5 holla. Just wait a minute and we can scream.
I said, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for that $5 super chat. I never asked for $1 and a dime. What I really want is your time, but when you do it, it blows my mind. I appreciate you, pimp. You just know I appreciate you so much because, hey, it's tough out there. It's hard on the yard. And for you to share with me, I got to share with you. So like that, let's get right into the content. Let's go.
Man wore different kinds of clothes and to see if people treated them differently. What's up, y'all? I'm Pedro. I'm 24, and like many black men, I'm extremely careful about what I choose to wear. Every day, we're dressing for survival, and basically what it said is he did an experiment where I must perform the same activities in both weeks. While dressing up, my shirt must be tucked in, I must wear a tie or a blazer. While dressed down, outfits I wear must be something I can comfortably sleep in. I will not expose my tattoos, I will not change my typical behaviors or act differently than I normally would. That's how he went around the first day, and this is what he said. My thoughts while I dressed up, I felt pretentious. This brother was dressed this way. And he said he felt, listen what he said now, I felt pretentious, uncomfortable, and embarrassed, especially.
This is one of my favorite Kevin Samuel streams. It's one of my favorite streams, not because he's talking about clothing, but what he's talking about is breaking what makes you uncomfortable in the world. In order for a man to really be somebody, you have to embrace uncomfort. That's why I tell everybody, I do a lot of different consultations. And one of the consultations I did a consultation with El Guapo. And he wanted to know what martial arts should he put his son in when his son gets of age. And we talked for a while, and I told him jiu-jitsu because it's going to teach him how to deal with adversity, because it's just hard. It's stupid difficult. Punching people in the face is easy, and it's enjoyable. But jiu-jitsu is difficult because it's chess with physical conflict. And so when I tell people that, this is what Kevin Samuels is talking about here. He's not talking about walking around and dressing up nice just to dress up nice. He's saying that if it makes you feel uncomfortable and it's not hurting you, then maybe you should go on and feel a little uncomfortable. So when something comes along that makes you feel uncomfortable, you can react appropriately in due time.
Especially in a blazer, especially in a blazer. That's a damn shame. That black men have our images dropped so much to where men coming out of the house dressed like a man feels uncomfortable, embarrassed, pretentious.
So this is something else. YouTube is a chance for us to control our image. For a long time, I didn't understand this because every man in my family is involved in their kid's life. But the dominant narrative is that if you're black, you leave your children. And even some of the sisters say the same thing.
What did he say wrong? Anything you all can tell me that he said, especially about the black fathers not being in our communities, and it's glorified.
There's been this landmark study from the Center for Disease Control, which debunked many of the myths surrounding black fathers. It found that the majority of black fathers live with their children. Black fathers are more likely to help their children with their homework, prepare meals, bathe and dress their children compared to fathers of other races. So the absent or deadbeat black father myth that many in America believe is really more like a lie.
So I want to say something. This clip from Oprah Winfrey has only 5.7 thousand views. She has another clip of her saying years ago on Oprah Winfrey show how black men abandon their children and they're the worst dads in the world. I'm just paraphrasing. 13 million views. The dominant narrative is wrong. It's wrong. And you know why it's wrong? Because it wasn't black men who gave this survey. They didn't ask black men, are you in your kid's life? They didn't ask us.
The reason why I continue to push this narrative is because of situations like this.
Shout out to Media Man, my guy from the Houston area.
The actual statistics. The way that they got black men were the most involved fathers, it wasn't just from black men taking a survey. It was actually from black women.
Let me debunk this whole.
So do you understand what I'm saying? They asked black women in a double-blind survey, and they compared to black women in the survey to Latinas. They compare it to black women to white women. They compare it to black women to Asian women, all saying how not only do you live with your child, most likely we do live with our children. And there's going to be an explanation coming up now of what's going on with these numbers, because statistics are different when you just take them at the surface and you don't go into statistics. It's like a spreadsheet. If you go into the first layer of a spreadsheet, oh, okay, this is the number, but how did you get to the number? Because the data tells the difference. And so what I'm saying is that they asked these ladies and they said, oh, no, no, he bathes his child, changes diapers, stays up with the kids, does this. Black men did more than everybody else with that. You don't believe me? You ask a hardcore Latina how much the dad is changing diapers and doing stuff with the children. I know this. So let's get into the reasoning why these numbers exist.
Fatherlessness thing. There is an untrue statistic that goes around that says that 75% of black fathers are not in the household. That statistic is not true. That statistic that people are talking about is single parent households. That doesn't mean single father households. Just so happen, women tend to be the ones that are usually in these households, but they're single. So when you ask the question about Charlie Kirk and what did he say wrong, it's not that people have an issue with people telling the truth. The problem is he's simply lying without context.
So basically, number one thing is when they look at us, it's just single parent homes. And this is an assumption that 100% right there are only single mother homes, even though my nephew is a single father, 100% custody. I know 5 of them. I know 5 people. I know my homeboy I grew up with is a single father. The woman he got with, she just left. She had a baby and left. His child is like about to go to high school. And he's a year older than me. I said, hey, you're gonna be grandpapa. But so that's one thing. It's just a brave number. Now here is the next thing. And this is the most important thing. And then we're gonna talk about that. Let's go.
So that statistic is not true. It's not about specifically only women. The statistic is about single parent households, not single women households or households that are woman led. It's just single households across the board when it comes to the black community. But the problem with that rhetoric also is the context is not added when it comes to boyfriend and girlfriend. Although we do have a lot of children out of wedlock in the community, but when you bring up that statistic, well, government doesn't operate when you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. That's not a thing. Exactly. So I can have a girlfriend right now, and if we live together, we have a child, technically that's a single parent household because me and this person isn't married. Although I may be living with my son. Those things go under that statistic.
Boom. This is what I'm talking about. We cannot just take what they say at surface level, because I didn't believe him. There is no category in the government to recognize boyfriend and girlfriend with a baby. That's a single parent household. Now, how many of these men actually live with their children? Or if they don't live with their children, they're so involved. They're there every weekend. They're there on the weekdays. They're giving money. They're giving help. I personally, most of the folks I know from the generation under me, the millennials, are not married. Millennials. I said millennials. Lord help me. The millennials. Most of the millennials are not married. But they have children. And they live together. They don't believe in the institution of marriage. In California, you live together for 7 years. You just a common law marriage anyway. A lot of them just didn't get married. Just common law. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, listen. In Cali, especially in the Bay, I'm going to shout out everybody from Cali. Sacramento is a close cousin. Shouts out to the show from Sac, California, J-Bub49, CB1. Shout out to you and thank you so much for tuning in. Cali love all day. Now listen, I'm a little biased to my Cali folks. Cali and Texas, I'm a little biased to you. I'm sorry. That's where my fam is at. But what I'm trying to say, to get back to my train of thought, we have to look deeper than just what they tell us. And this is why social media platforms are so important, so you can hash this out. So it's not just a 5-minute blip that somebody has. So when somebody gives some information, you can give a counterpoint and a counter view. You can give this counter view not because I'm combative, but because half of y'all in the chat, put a 1 in the chat if you ever thought about that single parent households, it may be because they're not married. Or put a 2 if you never thought of it that way, because I never thought of it that way. I was a number 2 until I researched what this person said and became a number 1. He's absolutely true. So give me a number 1 if you understand what he was saying before, or a number 2 if this is the first time you understood that. Let me see it in the chat. Because it's very odd to me. It's very odd to me that we love to espouse this, but the marriage rates are declining anyway. Pookie and Ray Ray in the number 2. It shocked me too. Elizabeth Hawkins, number 2. It shocked you too. I didn't know that. I didn't know until I started reading about it. Dallas Dude, you was on top. I didn't know until I started reading about it. I didn't understand until I started reading about it. I was lost. Sometimes we got to go deep into it. Why am I telling you this? Do not be brainwashed by any of this political bullshit. Be independent minded, please. Hey, E305. Tip member for how many? 16 months. Man, 16 months. Man, I appreciate you so much. I hope you appreciate this.
Wore different kinds of clothing and see if people treated them differently. What's up, y'all? I'm Pedro. I'm 20.
The ones that are usually telling the truth. Statistic is about single parent households, not single women households. Sex is not added when it comes to boyfriend.
Here we go. We're back in it.
Although we do have a lot of children out of wedlock in the community, but when you bring up that statistic, well, government doesn't operate when you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. That's not a thing. So I can have a girlfriend right now, and if we live together and we have a child, technically that's a single parent household because me and this person isn't married.
You see that? You can have a girlfriend, live in the same household. Technically, it's a single parent household. They pad the stats.
Although I may be living with my son, those things go under that statistic as well. So there's plenty boyfriend and girlfriends in the black community who live together, where the father was in the household.
I want you to think about this. How many people do you know in the community who aren't married, who live together, who have children? Now, listen, I'm not saying that that's the way it should be. I'm saying that we have to understand all of the statistics before we start just throwing people under the bus, throwing people down the stairs. There's another statistic that I could just go into easily.
With the child, but technically they're still single. So it's going to show up that that's a single parent household.
There we go.
This whole thing has been about.
So like I said, media control. Media control is important. And why? One of the biggest things that I learned from checking out Kevin Samuels is that he was like, we need to be in control of our media image. We need to be in control of it. So when Kevin was here and he was talking about presenting himself a certain way, you never seen Kevin Samuels not dressed up for a reason. You never seen the lead attorney not, man, I done seen the lead attorney in a hoodie 3 times in my life. I'm one of his oldest channel members. I've been to his members only lives, his dude wears a suit for a reason. Present yourself a certain way. El Guapo, present yourself a certain way. It's important. Know why it's important? Because we need those images out there. We need those images out there, you know?
Out in media. In particular, black male media run by black men or black men, but you don't have to say black everywhere you go. Everybody else can control their image. And one of the biggest things, especially with black men, we're not in control of our image. From D.W. Griffith's 1915 movie, Birth of a Nation, to the major networks, radio networks, TV networks, periodicals, magazines, our image has always been in the hands of somebody else. And that's our problem. We need to run our own media so we can put our own stories out there with our own spin.
And that's why I like YouTube. I liked YouTube for this reason, because at least I can put out my own image. I can tell you, like I remember I was, I just went out to dinner with my nephew. I take my nephews out to dinner every now and again, even though these ninjas making more money than me. Hey, I know you watch it too. You need to start taking me out. Man, these ninjas balling. They doing it. They smart. God, I'm proud of them. And they came up bad too. I mean, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. It was tough. They came up in a tough part of the city, but my nephews and my niece, I appreciate them so much. But one of the biggest things was like me saying, just when somebody tried to get you out of your space, out of your body, you just got to just revert back to professionalism and get out of the way and get away from them, because now the game is slick, man. They want you out of here. YouTube is a way that you can control what they see about you. Now, listen, I ain't gonna lie. A lot of these motherfuckers capping. A lot of them is capping. A lot of them acting like they rich. They ain't rich. Look, I ain't rich. I ain't got it. I do okay. I'm happy where I'm at. I got a beautiful woman. We do great together. She work. I support her. She support me. I ain't like, oh, well, I just gonna retire everybody. I got 17 women all retired, put up in the house. First of all, my woman ain't going for it. Second of all, 17 women and drive you crazy all up in one house. But besides all of that stupid shit, it ain't me. I'm a regular everyday cat. How about we just be regular everyday cats who's doing the right thing? And how about that becomes the predominant image? And it can start here. It can start here. Now, I'm gonna tell you, my channel don't get a lot of love in this algorithm. When you see us with 100,000 views on something, it's like, it was work. It ain't easy, because trust me, if I was having OnlyFans girls shake their rump and doing lives like Fresh and Fit was back in the day, I would have been good. And I ain't saying nothing bad about them, because, God bless them. They do what they going to do. Then they went off the deep end, whatever. I just stay away from fools, right? But what I'm saying is that it's up to us to work to make sure our image is right. Now, a lot of people hated that man on the screen right now. A lot of people enjoyed it when he passed away. They was happy. A lot of celebrities was happy when he passed away, saying the most stupidest stuff. I remember one of those girls on one of them BT shows. I think it was the old BBL, what's her name, Vivica K. Fox, who ain't a Fox no more, and 50 Cent ain't had nothing to do with her, but she's still in love with 50 Cent 25 years later. If I was chasing somebody around for 25 years, they put my ass up under the jail. They put me in the crazy house. I'd be in the straitjacket, but Vivica A. Fox can do it. But here's the deal. I'm going to tell you. They was happy, and they said an image consultant and a YouTuber was supposed to be healing. We're not supposed to be healing. We're supposed to present something to you, and you are supposed to choose whether you like it or not. That simple.
So that we can put our opinions out there and we can fund it ourselves, to where we don't have to always couch out to this interest, that interest, and everyone else controls their own image.
There you go. And he says something here which is going to go into my next clip, which is going to be very important. It's going to be the most political you've ever seen me. You don't have to bow down to this interest or that interest. You can do what you're supposed to do, what suits your family. You see, let me tell you something. I got some people in the chat here. I got Teresia Woodard. And thanks. I'm glad you appreciate the voice. And no, I'm not AI. Everybody thought I was AI for everybody. Everybody thought I was AI, and I'm actually a real person. I know it's crazy. But you get to choose what you want to do. God, Shella daughter. I apologize if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Somebody correct me. Long live the true grassroots warriors. Yes, that Dallas dude corrected me. I probably couldn't think of Vivica's name. But what I'm saying is that all of you get to choose what you follow. Don't let nobody program you. If I'm saying something that you don't like, don't let me program you. If I say something you think is BS, I just went on a whole thing saying that I think that the whole image of Corey Holcomb and the whole image of Anton is just foolish for black men. And I think that Corey went too far, and I think Anton went crazy and went too far too. I think they both went too far, and I think they should just go back to making their fucking money. But hey, if you don't agree with it, it's cool. You don't even have to hate me. Just disagree with it. As people, we have to get back to a baseline of respectful disagreeing and moving forward. Because let me tell you something, they doing everything. They doing everything they can to make sure that we never get it together. And when I say they, I mean us in the mirror, because we need to start with the biggest accountability is us. We got to be accountable to ourselves. Big joke of ATL. I ain't gonna lie. I thought it was an AI voice too. I was like, damn, this AI spitting. What's up, man? All right. And then they thought I was Theo Coop's double pay. And man, Theo Coop sound like Darth Vader, man. Theo Coop got the voice. Man, I'm gonna tell you guys something. You want to hear something hilarious? Let me tell you how influential the lead attorney's mastermind is. At one point, that boy Will, Theo Coop, Fawcett Media, Beautiful Lies, El Guapo, Messy Michon, myself, Tip Network, we were all in that together. AV to the 7th Power. We were all in that together. I think Maggie was there. It was just crazy. It was crazy. All in one mastermind. We all kind of know each other, so it's cool. So I appreciate y'all. And Theo Coop is Theo Coop is cool, and he's a workhorse. I remember that fool would be up streaming every morning at the same time, going and hitting it and chopping it up. God bless him, man. He's a cool dude. I believe he's a veteran. I believe he's an Air Force vet or a veteran of some type. I appreciate him. I appreciate my fellow content creators. Let's get into the next thing. It's going to be a little political, y'all. It's going to be a little political. I'm going to let you know. But I really want to let you guys know where I'm coming from.
I just told you a little while ago, these leaders that they call leaders, this included Lena Horne, this included Dick Gregory, and this included comedians, comics, trumpet players, baseball players. Show me in the white community where a comedian is a white leader. Show me in the white community where a singer is a white leader, or a dancer or a trumpet player is a white leader. These aren't leaders. These are puppets and clowns that have been set up over the white community and over the black community by the white community and have been made celebrities. And
so this is what I'm going to say here. I'm not supposed to be your leader. If I got something that you like, use it. If you don't like it, discard it. Corey's not supposed to be our fearless leader, and neither is Anton. Our personal morality is supposed to lead us. Our belief in the Most High is supposed to lead us. And if you don't believe in the Most High, whatever you believe in is supposed to lead you. As a man, you lead your house. There's men in there. There's good ass men in the chat. I know some of them. Lead your house. Leave all this bullshit alone. And I know y'all doing it because when I talk to y'all and when I experience, when we talk, especially in the pro club, when we're talking to each other, we have a little conversation before, and I already know it. So, man, I'm going to just tell you, the Pookie and Ray Ray show is a cool cat, man. He a cool cat. I talked to him for 15 minutes before I start the class. I appreciate him. There's a lot of folks. Coffee and Kush, cool cat. Lead. Do not let somebody you've never met before influence you. And that goes for everything. Make them come to you. Please don't go to them.
Usually say exactly what they know.
Shout out to Malcolm X. I don't care if you love him, hate him, never was a Muslim, left a Muslim, hated for the Nation of Islam or love the Nation of Islam. This man is speaking nothing but facts here.
That the white man wants to hear.
This is the year when all of the white politicians will be back in the so-called Negro community jiving you and me for some votes.
If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
No.
I'm just going to tell you folks something. We got to
wake up!
There are many whites who are
listen. I know this is political, and listen, there's white people in the chat. Well, you're welcome here. This ain't about you. It's about us. It's about us understanding this. It's about us understanding that when somebody goes to your church every 4 years, and that's the only time you see their ass is when they want to fucking vote, they are not for you. I don't care what the situation is. I am so sick and tired of the only thing you got to do is go and sing Amazing Grace off key, go act like your ass could dance, go and say, what do you got to lose? Fuck with me. And all of a sudden, we just, oh, they like us. These motherfuckers never liked you. They ain't never gave a damn about you. They give a damn about their bottom line. They'll sell their mama out if it make them some damn money. They go to Congress broke and come out of that motherfucker with $30 million. You think they give a damn about you or what you gonna say? You think anybody give a damn about what you gonna say? It is is you. I say this 100 times. If somebody knock on your door and say, I'm from the government, I'm here to help, close the fucking door. They lying to your ass. And you got to stop falling for the banana in the tailpipe. Stop falling for the bullshit. And I got smoke for both sides. I got smoke for Biden's crypt keeper ass, and I got smoke for Trump's ass. Because you know what? I don't care what you say. I don't believe them. I was raised not to believe them. My parents were from the civil rights movement, and they said one thing. They made me read Russell Means, and they said, listen, the left and the right wing is from the same motherfucking bird.
Trying to solve the problem, but you never see them going under the label of liberals. That white person that you see calling himself a liberal is the most dangerous thing in the entire Western Hemisphere. He's the most deceitful. He's like a fox, and a fox is always more dangerous in the forest than the wolf. You can see the wolf coming. You know what he's up to, but the fox will fool you. He comes at you with his mouth shaped in such a way that even though you see his teeth, you think he's smiling and you take him for a friend.
Now, you never see him until election time. You can't
until election time.
Find them until election time. But this is the year when all of the white political crooks will be right back.
And let me say this too. It's some damn black political crooks too. Oh, the brothers that got in on it. Don't get it twisted. Don't think because the face look like you. Don't think because the face look like you that he's for you. Let him come to you. Let him go there. And then when his ass only shows up every 4 years and when he wants to get elected, ask him where the fuck he been. When's the last time we asked somebody where you been? When's the last time we made somebody show up for us? You cannot have my vote. You got to earn it.
In the Negro community, building up our hopes for a letdown with their trickery and treachery and their false promises which they don't intend to keep.
Look how much African American communities have suffered under Democratic control. To those I say the following. What do you have to lose by trying something new like Trump?
They have different names. Be youth, the game remains the same.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. When Trump said that, I thought he was spitting pimp lines. This is what a pimp would say. He would go to a female on the street and say, you been out here. You ain't getting no money, baby. It's cold out here, baby. Give me a try. I'm better than them. They've been treating you like shit. I'm telling you, man, it's a game of pimps and hoes. We need to stop being the hoes.
If you have a problem.
Oh, and don't worry. Don't worry, Tony. You look at this whole month, I've been on the church's neck. I understand what you mean.
I'm figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
Oh, I say it again. You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Wake up! Wake up!
Please, wake up.
So listen, y'all. I'm not trying to get over political with you. A matter of fact, we don't talk politics at the THPPP Network. We talk entertainment. But taking back our image is about taking back everything. In the 1960s, we were the most married. We were graduating a higher rate of engineers. The women have always been smart in our community. Let's stop. But what they did was they separated that intellect and said, you don't need the black man. I'm going to tell you guys something else too. People who used to come here used to link up with us because our strength. And we wouldn't let them walk over us. We wouldn't let them walk over us. You get with us or you lay down and get on from around us. You can look it up. You see that there was people who marched with the Panthers who weren't black, people who marched with civil rights who weren't black. They weren't attracted to the message. They were attracted to the strength. They were attracted to the morality. They were attracted to the men who were stand up strong. They were attracted to men like Malcolm. Men like Malcolm. So the only thing I'm going to tell you is that all of this shit that we seeing on these social media streets with these two millionaires feuding, please don't fall for it. When they come to you in the next 4 years, please don't fall for it. There's a song called Kill Your Masters by Run the Jewels. Get off this fucking plantation of left and right. Get off the plantation and think for your damn self. I've been an independent since the 90s. Think for your damn self. Trust me, my family thought I was crazy when I said, hey, why don't you act like you gonna vote for somebody else when they come to church and see how they act? See if they come back next year. Just act like it. Fucking lie to them. They lie to you every year. Don't give your loyalty to anybody. Don't give your loyalty to me. Don't give your loyalty to Anton. Don't give your loyalty to Corey. Make them come to you. Make them say something that you want to hear. And if you really vibe with them, then fuck with them. And then when you don't fuck with them no more, stop it. You don't need them. I don't have a long one for you tonight. I had to get it off my chest. I had to get it off my chest. I couldn't just sit with it no more. I had to let you know. So to answer your question that I had from the 250 emails I got this week, is there a liability for what Corey did to Anton? Yes. It is. It's a legal liability, whatever. But we need people around us who stop us from doing crazy stuff when we get there. When someone pushes us there. If you're a man and you really care about your woman, she's the best one. That's what keeps me in line. And she never told me I can't do anything. She says, is this the right thing to do? And I'm not too proud to say I listen to her. Because she listens to me. So when I make a decision and that decision's made, I got to pay for it. I got to be responsible for it. That's how we do it. So you polite savages, what say you? I'm going to go and read some of these comments. Then I'm going to thank y'all. And I just want everybody, please be safe out there because it's a cold winter. Like I said when I started, it was going to be kind of a rant. It wasn't going to be the typical tip network. I had to get it off my chest and I had to answer some questions. What is 03 to 3290? Boy, Oprah was just saying that obesity is genetic and that there is an obesity gene. I didn't see that. Even if there is an obesity gene, you know what beats the obesity gene? Fucking running. Run. Weight losses. Man, take it from somebody who lost over 100 pounds. Go back to a couple of streams ago. I put up the picture when I was big back attacking and right now. I'll tell you folks right now, you know what beats it? Cut your calories and increase your exercise. And stop eating processed sugar. Easiest pie. Easiest pie. All right. What did Gunmetal USA say? Of course, negative stereotypes of black men is eaten up like candy by the modern lost sisterhood. Yes. But let me tell you something. We have to give them another alternative with facts. And if they don't want to fuck with it, then we got to just go home, man. Because I can't make her believe it. I can't make her believe it. I'm telling you. I respect all of y'all too much. You're right. Elizabeth Hawkins, boy, she got a real name. Miss Hawkins, 9815. Weight loss is dieting. Walking is the best way to lose weight. Slow cardio. I can tell you about that. Someone wanted to live with the masters. Do not let these people who you've never met before tell you about life. And I'm going to say this again. I'm going to say it again. I said it at the beginning. Do not think that they like you. They don't like them. You seen what happened to homeboy in Minnesota? Do you realize that there is arguments right now from people on the right wing talking about he shouldn't have had a gun, and this is the biggest Second Amendment I've ever heard of. I don't know what's going on. Dogs are flying backwards, but I'm going to tell you like this. And I just want you guys to understand. They don't like you. So I'm never going to give my allegiance to any party. That party's going to have to give their allegiance to me for me to fuck with them. And that's what I'm talking about. That is your image. Have an image. We have an image of this. They got to come out and we just going to flock to the Democrats. Have a real image. Have an image that they got to work for it. Nobody thinks that they don't have to work for the Jewish vote. Nobody thinks that they don't have to work for the Asian vote. Why are we any different? Why do we have an image that we're easy for one party or another? We are not easy for that party. You know how I know we're not easy? Because 80% of us checked out and just stopped voting. All right, folks. Thank you so much. I think of Anton Soons. I think he'll be exposed for the comments that contradicts what he's suing for. Facts. I think it will be hard for a jury with a skillful lawyer to give him a lot of money. I do believe that. I think he's going to try, though. Folks, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm going to give you a little cream. Come back and say some final words.
Check this ish. Yo. I grew up on the crime side in New York Times side. Staying alive was no job. Had second hands, mom's bounce on old man. So then we moved to Shaolin Land. A young youth, yo, rocking the go-to flow goose. Only way I begin to G off was high-loot. And let's start it like this, son. Rolling with this one and that one. Pulling out gas for fun. But it was just a dream for the teen who was a fiend. Started smoking woolies at 16. And running up in gates and doing hits for high stakes. Making my way on fire escapes. No question, I would speed for cracks and weeds. The combination made my eyes bleed. No question, I would flow off and try to get the dough off. Sticking up white boys in ball courts. My life got no better. Same damn low sweater. Times is rough and tough like leather. Figured out I went the wrong route. So I got with a sick ass click and went all out. Catching P's from cross seas. Rolling in MPVs. Every week we made 40 G's. No brother, respect mine. Or here go the Tech 9. Move from the gate now. Cash rules everything around me. Bringing the money. Dollar bill, y'all.
Yeah. How do you like that Wu-Tang? You know, I got a couple of them. I want to do some editing on it, though, to make sure that it's a little more entertaining and not just a screen. I got a DMX one that's fire. I'm going to try to get some of his old concert footage. But I just got this to say. You know, I talk a lot, and I speak from a hue of a black man who grew up in America. I speak from a hue of a black man who traveled the world, and I was born in 1973. So maybe I'm a little older than some of y'all. You know, it's funny, like, because all the kids I used to coach, they call me Unc. They call me Unc, all the kids I used to coach. I was like, Unc. They say, yeah, you too spry. You move too good for an OG. So, all right, I'll take it. When I first came up here and I first showed my face, somebody said, damn, you old as fuck. I was like, yeah, I'll take it. I come from an era where people didn't live that long. It's all right. I'm good. Some people try me, and I'm good. I'm glad I'm here. This is what I want to tell you folks. My message, I can only give you a message from my point of view, but my message is not meant to exclude anybody. If you can learn from me, I don't care where you're from, please learn from me. It's just like I teach content creators, and yes, I teach content creators from a space point of view, but I know stuff all around. So if you can learn from me, learn from me. I'm not here to exclude you because I've learned things from everybody, but what I'm saying is that I know that I hold a responsibility for me, but don't ever get it twisted. I never want nobody to give me nothing. I don't need you to give me nothing. I just need your ass to stop locking the door when you walk through it. Leave it unlocked. I'll open it my damn self. Because I was a man. I was raised that way. I was raised to be a fucking man. My name is really Grover Reese, and my father was Grover Reese Sr. And he was the same way. I appreciate each and one of y'all. If you want to learn how to do content, please hit me up at the Pro Club. Just go to the Patreon. It's right there. I will be happy to teach you. For all the folks who do content out there and all the folks who are content creators, if you have a channel, let me know you have a channel so I can shout you out, so I can tell people to go check you out. This is your community. If you're coming here, you are a polite savage. And if you're making content, if you got a message you want to give out, if you want to tell people about something, if you just want, I don't care if you cooking oxtails and collard greens. I don't care if you got family recipes. I don't care if you want to show people that your whole family history from your family reunion, because that's so interesting to me. I want to teach you how to put it out there, because I want us to start having a situation where we are more than just a damn Pookie and Ray Ray, no pun, because the Pookie and Ray Ray show is my guy. But I don't want that to be our image. I want our image to be like it was, of a man who went to work 9 to 5, who came home to his wife, and when it didn't work out, they never said nothing bad about each other in front of their kid, because they wanted a kid to grow up to be a man. And they wanted me to respect women, but don't respect no hoe. They wanted me to respect a lady and know how to open a door, but know how to walk away from a tramp. And my dad wanted me to be able to be a man and be upright and don't be scared of nobody, but don't go looking for no goddamn trouble. And I want y'all to experience that, and I want you to be able to teach that, because I ain't the only damn one. And I appreciate each and every one of y'all. God bless you, and have a good night, polite savages. We out.